Hello everyone, Tutu Mora here with the Y, bringing you tools to feel well in your body, mind, and spirit. Today we're going to be doing some diaphragmatic breathing practices that are going to be really helpful, not only to help yourself feel more calm and peaceful, but breathing from your diaphragm can be a really important component of mobility within your body. So whether you want to take this practice sitting up or lying down, that's up to you. I would always recommend starting out lying down because you have the extra and added feedback of the surface beneath you to help you understand whether you're breathing back into the back of your body. So my recommendation would be to start this practice lying down. However, if that does not feel doable for you, you're certainly welcome to sit up. So let's go ahead and get started here, whether you're lying down or sitting up. And I'm going to invite you to first place your hands on the sides of your rib cage here. Now we're going to just feel the sides of the rib cage. We're going to start by feeling for that last rib, so that floating rib at the bottom. Finding that space with your hands. And we're going to take a couple minutes, a couple breaths here to just start to breathe out widthwise into your hands. And so as you breathe with your inhale, I want you to feel like you're pushing your hands away with your breath. So let's take a few here and just practice. Sometimes it can be tricky to get out of our normal day-to-day breathing, which a lot of times takes place up in the high chest here, and start to let that drop down into the diaphragm. So let's just take a little practice here, starting to inhale and exhale. Breathing however is normal for you to breathe, but invitation is to breathe in through the nose. So breathing in, breathing widthwise as if you're trying to push your hands away to either side. Let's take a few more here, really just starting to feel yourself push your hands away with your breath. Perhaps even noticing, is it easier to push one hand away than the other? So is it easier for my breath to come in perhaps through the left side than the right side, or maybe the other way around? But just using this as an opportunity, your hands are feedback for you to feel, where is my breath able to enter in through my body? So breathing in and out. And we'll take a few more here, just at your own pace, your own rhythm. All right, so go ahead and let your hands relax. You can return to normal breathing. So we have practiced breathing widthwise through the rib cage, through that lower part of the rib cage. And now we're going to take that into the back of the body, which is where lying down can be really helpful feedback. However, if sitting up is your preference, it can be helpful to reach around, if that's doable for you, place the back of your hand in that same place. So bottom of the rib cage, entering in that low back territory, and then a hand on the front of your body in that same space. So now as we breathe, let's try to push our back hand away. So really trying to breathe into the back of the body. And again, it might take a minute for that to drop in because we spend so much time breathing up in this space and also just into the front of our body. So it can be a really strange feeling to start to direct that breath into the back of the body. But let's try that here. Breathing, inhaling, and exhaling. Now you've got your front hand here for feedback. So if you feel like you're breathing out into your front hand way more than your back hand, again, just allow yourself the opportunity to practice directing your breath towards the back hand. let's take a few more here, directing that breath into the back of your body. And then you can again let your hands rest at your sides. So we're gonna complete this now with a 360 breath. So again, you can either let your hands rest at your sides, or if you feel like that feedback of your hands is helpful for you, I would again invite you to place your hands on the bottom of the rib cage just to the sides. And let's start to breathe. I want you to direct that breath both widthwise, but also see if you can continue to direct that breath into the back of your body. So it'll almost feel like we're inflating a balloon and letting that soften as you exhale. So again, using your hands for some feedback, let's just take a few here. Breathing, inhaling towards the back and the sides. And exhaling. Let's take a couple more here, just at your own pace, your own rhythm. You can go ahead and let your hands relax. Now take a second, notice how you're feeling, how your just countenance is feeling. Perhaps that might have been a really calming experience for you, because it absolutely does have that effect. As well, see if you can just move around a little bit side to side and just notice how that might have impacted how mobile you feel, particularly through the spine. So this can be a really lovely way to work on your mobility. So whether this is something that you start your stretching or your workout with, or something you cool down with, it can be really helpful, especially in helping you train your body to avoid just breathing into this space, to really use that diaphragm, which is meant to work with you as you breathe. So whether you use this in the context of stretching or working out, or you use it just as a way to calm down and feel a little bit more present within your body, take this in the way that it feels most supportive for you. So thank you so much for joining. I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you back here next time on the Wise YouTube channel. Take care.